Turn me up some. Whoa, whoa. Turn me up some.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, first of all, I want to apologize because I do have gum in my mouth, so I apologize if some people find that annoying. But, welcome to another edition of the Rant Show. I am, as always, your host for this Rant Show, N7XCaru. And, let's see, what do I want to rant about this time? How about a game that recently just came out? Well, full release. It was out on beta for a while for a few select few. But it recently came on full release here recently, and is right now very popular both on YouTube and Twitch. And that game, some of you already know what game I'm talking about, is called Sea of Thieves. And you'll even hear me rant about this a little on Let's Play that's coming out tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. Because I finally was able to get my hands on it as well, so me and my brother played some of it. Now I have to record it, and I even ranted it to him a bit on there. But I want to rant about Sea of Thieves. Now, don't get me wrong, Sea of Thieves is an amazing game. I'm hoping they come up with some DLCs for the game, because there's definitely a lot they could add to it to make it even better. But right now, as it stands, it's a good game. Could be a little bit better, but it's a good game. And but I have my gripes with it, and here's the gripes. Well, the main gripe actually. Oh no, two gripes, but almost kind of like are one and the same, and then yet again not. But let's just go with this. Okay, so. First thing I want to gripe about with Sea of Thieves, is the fact that, unfortunately, some people out there weren't able to get the game, when everyone else did. Some people eventually don't even have the game now. Some people probably ain't gonna have the game for another month. And here's my issue, is the people that just started out are being put up against people who have been in this game for a while. Or, for at the very least, more than they have. And these people don't have a single idea exactly what to do yet. Still figuring stuff out. And they're getting put up against people who have bigger ships, know more about the game, and everything in between. So if they run into them, the newer people, the noobs, are getting slaughtered. Either having their treasures stolen from them that they just found, or having their ships sank, or both. And this can turn, and I've seen it happen, this can turn people away from the game, or at the very least, think less of it. Which is a shame, because like I said, overall Sea of Thieves is a good game. So there's that. I really think that Sea of Thieves creators, guys, if you're watching this, doubt you are, but if you do, make updates to the game soon, and at least take in some advice of what I'm saying here, because one of the main things you should do is make it to where at least you sort out the servers, so like, go by the ranks, go by the accommodations that people have. Like, the higher people, the more accommodations get put on their own server. The people that are just starting out get put on their own server. So that way, it's at least a little, you know, a little more fair. And speaking of that, I briefly mentioned in that rant I just did, is about small ships going against bigger ships. Me and my brother just started playing this game a few days ago. And like the first day we played it, we ran into a galleon ship. And keep in mind, it was just me and my brother playing. So we were on a tiny ship. I don't care if people say the tiny ship is a little faster, that is not a proper advantage to weigh out the pros and the cons of going up a big freaking ship, a galleon ship. So, another piece of advice, if somehow in this whole server thing, you could sort out where people who are on galleon ships have their own server, or people who are on these smaller ships have their own server, might make the game a little better. Now, I understand that everything I'm suggesting, the creators of Sea of Thieves, you probably can't put all these onto one server. I understand that. So please at least do one. Because my first major gripe, like I said, is where people who are less experienced in the game get pit up against people who have more experience and they get slaughtered. My second gripe is the simple fact that people who are on galleon ships, have 4+ people on their ship, can easily run into people who are on the loop ships where there's only maybe 1 or 2. And once again, they get slaughtered. And then my third and final gripe is the fact that some people, believe it or not, even though it is an awesome idea, don't get me wrong, even though it is an awesome idea that, you're thrown into this thing, you're thrown into this game that's supposed to simulate pirate life, and that's one of the things that happened, back when pirates were around, is sometimes they ran into each other. Sometimes pirates had to fight other pirates. So, I get it, you want to make it realistic in that aspect, at least a tiny bit. But some people want to get on the game just to do the missions, get the accommodations, find the treasures, find the skulls, and be on their merry way without running and fighting anyone. And if you don't believe me, look to one of the biggest YouTubers on right now, Jacksepticeye, when him and his editor, Pixel Pit, first played the game. They were getting frustrated because people were attacking them. Jacksepticeye said himself that that'd be best if people just left them alone so they could do the missions. That is what he wanted. So there are people out there, including big name YouTubers, who would like to see this happen. So my third suggestion and my third gripe would be to please, so this doesn't happen, that for the people that want to just, get the accommodations, do the missions that they get from the people on the outposts, make the servers, some of the servers be PvP, and make some of the servers PvE. Or at the very least, like my brother suggested in the Let's Play you guys will see tomorrow, although you weren't able to hear him because I wasn't able to get his audio to come through, so I apologize for that. But one thing he suggested was that, or at the very least, on the servers, have a section of the map that's cornered off, that if you go in this area, it's PvP mode. But then the rest of the area is PvP. Kind of like, for those of you who played RuneScape, kind of like RuneScape is. Or used to be, because I haven't been on RuneScape forever, but back when I used to play, there used to be a section that was, if you entered this, other people could kill you. But if you were out of that, only the environment could. At least do that. Just make it to where either there are servers dedicated to PvE mode, and there are servers dedicated to PvP, or make sections of the map quartered off that if you enter this area, it's going to be PvP. Because, like I said, creators of Sea of Thieves, overall, I'm sticking by what I said. You guys have a good game. It's an awesome game. I love it. My brother, since the moment I got my Xbox One, me and my brother have played this game non-stop. For like the past, I got my Xbox One like 4 days ago, and we played it every single day. It's a good-ass game. But this was our biggest gripes with the game. Well, the biggest one out of everything that me and kept on griping about is the fact that there wasn't a PvE mode. Because we were just knowing the game and we were getting obliterated by galleon ships. And it was only me and him. When we were in the middle, when we were trying to, especially when we were like 3 or 4 missions in, and we decided to keep all the treasure on our boat until we finished one more mission, so we had like 5 treasure chests on our boat. Then a galleon shows up out of nowhere and decides to sink us, or better yet, as they follow us until we get to an outpost, and then they blow us up and take our shit. And then they get the money for it. Yeah, that was great. So please, 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 if you will take one of my suggestions, please make a PvE and a PvP mode for different servers. Or at the very least, split the map in half, or quarter a section of it off, or make the map bigger, and then quarter a section of it off. To where one side is, just straight PvE, so it's just you and the environment. But if you go into this section of map, it's PvP, and you have to face, and if you go in this area, you can get killed by other players. At the very least, make it like that. If not, keep separate servers for PvP and PvE. At the very least, out of all the suggestions I made, out of all the gripes I've made, please, if you see this, at least do that. But those were my biggest 3 gripes. I know I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But those were my biggest gripes. Like, I wish there was a PvP and a PvE servers. I wish that people who are new to the game and people who have played this game non-stop so far weren't slapped on the same server. And I wish that people who were in galleon ships and people that were in the loop ships were on separate servers. Because in the end, with all 3, it comes down to the people, someone getting obliterated because either they have less experience or a little smaller ship, or because they just wanted to complete missions and not fight anyone. That's what it came down to. It came to people getting obliterated, getting pissed off because they couldn't do the shit they wanted to do. For one reason or another. So please, I know, like I said, creators of Sea of Thieves, you probably can't do all 3 of these. I understand that it required too much money, it required too much time. I understand. But if you please take one of my suggestions. If you ever see this, which, like I said, I doubt you do, or doubt you will. But if you do, please at least take one of them. And if you take any of them, at least take the one where there's at least a PvP service dedicated to PvP and service dedicated to PvE. Because there are some people out there that do want just to do the missions, get the combinations, and that's it. Like I said, if you don't believe me, go to Jacksepticeye's first ever co-op play of Sea of Thieves, where he played it with Pixel, with his editor. And they both say it on there, that they wish that there was a way you could just go by doing your missions and no one tries to blow you off. Because it's aggravating. Especially the people who just got the game. But, that's all I wanted to rant about. That's my frustration, that's my rant about Sea of Thieves. Like I said, really good ass game. But wish they had the stuff that I griped about of them not having. But that's it. Guys, even with what I was ranting about, do not let that discourage you from getting Sea of Thieves if you're thinking about getting it. It really is a good ass game. And for any of you that are a fan of battle simulators like that, really good game. So please get it. I recommend it. But like I said, even though I think it's a good ass game, I have my own gripes about it. And that was that. But guys, I'm out of here. As always, peace, love, and chicken grease. Oh, for Rao. I'll see all my Spark Watchers later. As always, welcome to my domain. And as always, and forever,